hello people, Libluini here, and yes, it's again time for my Let's Play of Dominion 6. Gem and Holograms, after all, still has to become the supreme goddess of the world, especially now, in the late spring of the year 3 of the Ascension Wars. I don't know why you do this to me. I'm feeling like I'm getting ill. There's already diseases spreading at work again. Thank you, COVID. And multiple of my co-workers have again tried to work when being ill until they couldn't do it anymore. But it seems they left me with a little gift, and now I'm having to face the same decision, either going ill to work and risking it's getting worse, or not getting to work. It's shitty. So in case you're hearing my voice a bit oddly, that's probably the reason, not just my shitty mic this time. Was that Mick? Anyway, let's get on with things. We're still fighting Mekone. So Mekone, the player, has given up and has given control up to Fantasy Skynet. He or she is now a normal AI. But it's still fighting, because the AI of course has no concept of losing or winning. It will just fight on and on and on. And it's better than a player just staling, that is not doing their turns. That's not only very annoying, it's also basically, since no one is doing anything, neither the player nor the AI, nothing will move, and players will notice this, will very easily try to remove the staling player by just eating him up. So you can occasionally forget your turn, but you shouldn't really do it constantly. So whoever is your neighbor will gladly take your provinces off you if that happens too often. The messages. Our alchemist is still searching and not finding. Machaka is AI, so we don't sadly, that's another nation where we don't get any funny renamings going on. Then a battle in Kronburg. We took the province with exactly 0 losses. Let's take a look. Hopefully this means our mighty army didn't use any GAMs. Well, it's of course following the script until GAMs are needed. Then nothing is happening, because that would be ridiculous. I'm always a bit sad when all my formations just dissolve and battles join, but I guess that's a bit realistic. We can't all be giants who step forward in nice neat lines. Then Dragon Scale Mountains. There's where the enemy army is. The large chunk of disc throwers, and a slightly smaller chunk of just normal hoplites in giant form. And then we got an event where growth and luck scales got up and unrest got down. This spring a wonderful Undine was seen dancing in the waves, spreading joy and laughter in the land. Oh, that's nice. Something neat happening to my people. Then another event in Embracer where we just got 6 Earthgames, just lying around under a rock. What was the English name of that one goose that from Disney that's incredibly lucky? It's, I think, a cousin of Donald Duck. In Germany we just call him Gustav Ganz, and I think he has this weird name in English that's something like Gottfried Gander or something. Really weird. English is a strange language. Anyway, what's going on? Well, our computerized enemy has stricken northward. I don't have any money left over to change the defense level for now, so let's just move forward. Just in case I'm overlooking someone trying to move stealthily, because that's killed me a lot in Dominions 5. Sometimes forgetting that there are certain commanders who sometimes resort just switched to default move stealth for some reason. And I have no idea if that was a bug or if I just have sometimes mixed commanders with that power and exclusively stealthy units under and then didn't notice, because if they are sneaking they're of course not joining a battle. Since then I've started automatically pressing down control on my keyboard when I'm ordering a move, because this means every stealthed commander is now forced to slow walk as to not accidentally stealth himself on the way. So our army is still here and still taking together. Our Kappa groups are still collecting some random stragglers. And I guess those guys can just be the bodyguards now. So you stay behind. Yes. Why did I really have to be careful what I'm doing. Whoops. Oh, I touched a map shortcut. Now that's funny. I didn't even see which key. So of course you can go here. You can go back here to recruit some more. And if you're asking why I'm still recruiting Kappas, well, that's easy. I still see one or two neat little lakes I can take. There is of course the, nope, they don't, this one, the Sea of the Mermaids. That's a sea province and another lake I can get. And then there is another lake province somewhere, but of course Plains and River, where it is, it's probably further down. I know, I've seen it somewhere. It was a kelp forest. Not this one, that's probably not even... Oh! It's not connected somewhere, so it is a lake? The kelp forest. Oh, here it is. Oh, it was just tricked because the map graphics show me that there is a small strait going southward, but those provinces are officially land provinces, and like with our own strait, apparently this province is... Okay, now that's funny. Remember, this here counts as a strait connection, so only if you can swim or cross rivers. Is there a way over, or I guess if in winter everything freezes. But those connections are just normal land connections. Sometimes the random bullshit the map generator can pull is truly outrageous too. But anyway, since there are still two lakes to conquer, so really one of them shouldn't be a lake. I guess it's a salt lake if just not enough water flow there to count as a real underwater connection. I guess aquatic beings would have to walk with the head outside the water or something. Well, anyway, we're collecting some more random stragglers and then it's good. I think I've got everyone. Do I have something? Nope, I haven't forged anything last turn. Everything. Oh. And what the hell was this guy doing? Well, let's look here. Oh. Yes, we crossed the 10 horse mark. So this means our shuffle guy can shuttle again. And since we need mages more than priests, those two can join the next army. Don't complain, Amber. Sorry, my cat is sleeping right in front of me and is getting annoyed at me talking. I shouldn't have waited until after midnight, I suppose. And we're oh, that's why we don't have money. We auto-recruited two other sorcerers, but clearly we don't have the money for it. Let's prioritize our sacreds first. We'll add some more of those. Then we have some money left over for a research mage, I suppose. Ah, what? Add one? No, I can add a little bit of province defense, absolute minimum, as long as there's war going on. Now I suppose research? We are at construction for 1 point. 1 point. Sometimes this game is slaying me. Anyway, next army is ready, and we already have a replacement super mage up here. And I need any potential summoners down in the forest area we want to conquer. So since it's nearly 1 AM in the morning, I don't script anything for now. But I'm giving pizzazz a bunch of gems. Just in case. Then I just remembered. Oh, of course. We are elves, we are fast. And Lavede can step across the plains too. Well, that's easier now, since I don't have to combine forces to defeat a siege right now. We also have stupidly recruited 2 different champions here. Do we need another one? Yes, of course, these guys. And it's also a champion. Well, I guess I could synergize, since I don't really need 2 of these guys. But the enemy army is in the way right now. Let's try this. Oh, nope. Nopenstein. Well, let's see. It's the AI, so probably they will strike directly to the fortress now. Since for some reason the AI has decided to go back to Quedra, where the first army died. I'm guessing they're not moving to Kuna Eal, because the AI being direct and blunt, it would have made sense for the AI to just strike directly at Kuna Eal then. So I'm guessing the reason why the army didn't march strictly northward is because it wanted to get in position to strike at Quedra again for some incomprehensible reason, possibly just because they were there before. Anyway, this means we are marching behind and hoping that since this isn't a player, the AI will just put the army again on Quedra, and then I can catch up with them and destroy them. Meanwhile, the reinforcements are more meant to help me collect more provinces at this point. Luckily, the reinforcements will all move into Quedra. And hey, maybe I even let them join in the great big battle I foresee in the next few turns, because the more units and mages, the better. It's not like those S-clones have any strong mages that could annihilate entire armies or something. Nope. They're just big strong giants and some normal mages, nothing big. So I foresee what happens is the army will sit on Quedra, then we'll attack to destroy the army, and that will be it. Possible is also that the AI tries to split open the army like a firecracker, which will be annoying, but also means that we can split our army too and then defeat them in detail. Good old army shit. Yes. Oh, well, okay, they won't be able to split this army since they only have 2 leaders. An independent commander and an A4. Well, the A4 is their giant commander. Remember, those giants don't want to be led by tiny men. So they will. I'll stay with the A4. The Discombobulus also needs this guy. So I'm guessing this guy is at the absolute maximum of leadership right now, possibly with some experience points in it. Well, we can look, of course. the same ungainly blob. And I'm guessing the leader is somewhere inside this blob. Oh, no, he's set to spell casting. Oh yes, leadership, 135. That's definitive. Or not? Huh. It's definitely not a normal A4. I would say that maybe it's some kind of priest-related upgrade. But, oh, I keep forgetting. Bless. It blessed himself. So I'm guessing there is some passive part to their bless, resulting in them being able to lead more units than normal. But anyway, yeah, for some reason the AI just lets those giant disc throwers march forward and punch people. It's possible because the AI sees that these guys have 3 attacks and 2 of them are strong melee attacks. So the AI thinks, oh, why not just walk them forward? It's kind of painful really. They have only 4 of those, but that would still be over 100 of those things. And enough range to get a couple shots off until there is contact made. And while they are big and buff, they also have almost 0 protection, so those hit points won't help much. Defense skill is not bad, but lower than the real giants, who are also protected with the big strong armor. So I'm guessing what happens is those idiots will walk forward and trying to punch some elves, and then get ridiculously slaughtered, while those poor fools will stay behind and will get magic to death, because those weirdos are in the way. There is something I keep forgetting to do. Ah yes, of course. Ridiculous. I'm wondering if my gaming comp tracks my random events, because that's a lot of... Wow. Large bump and then immediately down. That's the list of global enchantments. So maybe... I wish my memory wouldn't be so bad. Oh, I keep forgetting. That's new in this game too. A list of what I can forge overall. Or to be more precise, it's a list of things I already got, either through events or through forging. And this means I have a handy description without fucking around with the construction menu, the forging menu. But this doesn't really tell me what I wanted to look up, I'm guessing. Is it among these? I could just... Ah yes, of course, the pretender menu, showing who has given up. Relation state, if possible. Apprehensive means they know we exist, but there is no diplomacy. And as you see, humans don't really like using the in-game diplomacy, but the AI does. This is why we'll have a peace treaty with rock and roll, the god of Agatha, thanks to the computer being really nice sometimes. Of course, Marverni, nation of druids, has been baconized. Sorry, big pig, you are dead now. Defeated also Fantasy China. And of course our friend Mekone has given up just now. The couple turns ago. But oh, of course, blessing. That's also a new column. If we don't know what a big nerd has used as a bless, we can't see it, but we can look at Mekone, for example, since we were in battle already, and can look. Yes, magic resistance +1, that actually helps against our magic. Moral is what everything gets, and combat farcaster. which is good for their mages, which is of course extra funny, since he didn't really deploy that many mages against us. I think the most I've seen is 5. Again, for giants that's probably a lot, but if you take a a caster spell, you should really rely more on magic. Inspirational 1, I think that's something. Leadership plus 50 and magic leadership plus 25. That's all very useful to have. But considering that something like 60 to 80 giants is already a lot, it's also not something Mekone got to use a lot. I'm guessing the player of Mekone was both fairly new to the game and planned ahead for the future with a hypothetical army of hundreds of giants all under one commander. Too bad. But this also means that we were right to rush our own magic research so much, because if Mekone had stayed in the game, his higher combat magic range could have been disastrous if he had ever bothered to actually use his mages. Otherwise, there's not much going on. Am I still recruiting people here? Ah yes, of course, I have scouts in this province. Like this guy here. Scout modus, thanks. And since this guy is here, I can give him some troops to command for now. And Braun, where do I send you? I'm guessing to the east for now. And the next one will be scouting towards Vanheim, because I really need more. I have something like 1.25 since one isn't there yet, and I want to know why there are so many goddamn thrones. Also, Vanheim is growing, which is disconcerting, because there's also giant Muspelheim, and on Discord we always see funny pictures of Muspelheim giants just setting fire on fucking everything. They are a terror to behold. And I spoke again to the player of Arco, and he, yes, is fighting Muspelheim for now, since both nations are kind of, well, Muspelheim, to be fair, is kind of busy right now. There aren't that many armies active right now. It's more Arco just taking a chance and Muspelheim then counter-raiding him back. That's the reason why the province borders are fluid up there. And Muspelheim, as we've seen on Discord, is fighting our fishy friends Riley. Riley's fish friends have climbed on land somewhere in, I assume, this black area of nothing. Which is also why we are now letting our scout continue walk underwater, safely out of reach of evil Vanheim, just to see if he can remove that blackness a little bit more. That's our scout's done for the turn, I think. And the war continues, so it's coming to a close soon, with the AI neatly walking their army into a big trap again. Very nice. And then we'll send our army down to finally hover up this here, and our reinforcements will then walk in a half circle around until we have taken that forest. Then I guess we'll get Mekone next, and then let's see if we can get those last provinces. By now the other players should have noticed Mekone isn't there anymore. We have this fancy things like Discord bots and something to help us organize games, but since Dominion 6 is fairly new, the Discord bot still claims Mekone is playing right now, because right now someone has to manually set a player to AI with control of the bot. I think that's how it goes. While in-game lobby is already telling us that he's gone forever, since you can't reverse your decision to become computerized. If you ever do this, you better be real sure you want to stop playing. So let's see. Yeah, that's it. Not much happening again, sadly. But at least there's progress. Right now we are just in a race to get as much territory as we can before our neighbors start noticing something about our friend Mekone. Arco is luckily busy and Muspelheim too, but Vanheim could decide to use their sailors to walk across the border and snatch up some of our important forests, which would be annoying because then we have more highlands, more farmlands, more plains, all very good for our income, but of course nothing for our strong glamour summons. It would suck some major ass, I would say. At least my main goal for now is, of course, the income of another capital would be neat too. But my main focus is now to finally get some forest provinces into our empire. And for that we have to sadly step a step back. Holy shit. Well, there's nothing more to be done. Let's go. Oh, holy fuck. No second turn for now. Well, Lipluini out. I'll try to sleep a bit and do the next turn with a clearer head. Goodbye, people. Hello people, it's Lipluini again with my Let's Play of Dominion 6. In a moment. Sorry but I have a cold. But I absolutely had to do this in multiplayer Let's Play. And this of course means I have to make recordings regardless of my health. Hopefully this won't sound too painful at the end. Let's just get on with it. We are still fighting Mekone, who is AI, and our other players are still collecting thrones, which means they collected the points needed to win a game of Dominions. So we should get a move on. Oh, and we are now trying to reach construction 5, which we will reach. Yes, so many of our mages are walking around. Kronburg. By their force, to say the least, has shown up. Some random summons and exactly 5 giants. Not a bad raiding force, but the summons are odd. Except, of course, I know what's going on. It's the AI. The AI is always spending games on the strangest shit. Scorpion Beast. Nice attack skill, of course 3 attacks are nice, and they have some hit points to survive hits, and fat load of protection. Drawback, they are undisciplined, so they will not listen to commands and will just rush forward. And the low defense skills means basically anything will hit them. No, sooner or later they will die. And of course their magic resistance is basically not there at all. Any spell at all that uses magic resistance negates will just take them apart. But they also are poison resistant. And they have 100 dark vision, as means they have less trouble hitting our stupid super elves than other units, since blur won't work on them. And glamour evil. They won't work either. Cave drakes are just weird. There are several other types of drakes who can spit fire and ice or other shit. Those can't. They are just lots of protection, slow as fuck, and a nicely sized sack of hit points. They also have just 1 attack and can't be controlled. Undisciplined. They have weaker dark vision, so this means I think blur should still work. Cold-blooded means that they are immune against the effect of Swarms, because swarms can infect units and commanders with disease when they are cold-blooded. On the other hand, you don't want to have cold-blooded units and commanders in cold provinces. And then again, you can reduce this penalty by having cold resistance, which does haven't. Oh yes, and of course attack and defense skill are shit. And since they only have one attack, they're always just sitting there tanking hits until they are finally put down. I'm assuming Mekone summoned them, well, the artificial intelligence using them. But and then of course we took Dragon Scale Mountains, and the enemy ran away to Lorberow, another province. And this time our enemy actually took losses because I had some province defense there, and horse-tribe cavalries are riders, so that means actually killing them is a bit iffy, since, you know, half the hits will hit the horse and stuff. So it's very good to stay a bit, and because the enemy disc giants actually had to wait and punch the horses directly, they managed to actually lose a couple of them, making the inevitable major battle easier. Look at how stupid it is. They could have killed most of them in one go. Instead, they're walking up and punch them and lose. Oh wow, friendly fire. Huh, that's funny. Of course, this means we have a problem here. Events. A cloud mage showed up in Quedra. Cute. Esquania, we got 13 nature gems. That's nice. And the long-handed finally got enough experience points to now count as hero. Let's take it from the top. He got the magic power to battle prowess. Oh, huh. Increased attack skill. Well, that's phenomenally but good, but I don't really want him to fight. Nice to see he can, though. Especially since he has two different attacks. One of them at range, so I'm not sure that can work in melee. Anyway, we have the Dragon Scale Mountains. We'll put down some minimum effort. Here's defense. Yeah, good enough. Of course, we're marching down here and following them, since it's a bit hard to judge where the AI the fuck is going exactly. I mean, if we go to Quedra, there's a good chance that even if they strike, we'll just sit under them then. And our forces are too slow to move over as direct lines. But we now have the secondary army here. And right now I don't have the need to move right now. Still auto-searching and not finding anything. Cloud Mage, you can stay here and research. Don't really need you right now. So, where is it? What are you guys doing? I think I can start with you here though. Here, let's guard things. Easier. Did I recruit some more scouts? Yes, this guy. Scout man. Shortcut 1. Thanks. Let's send you here to this road. Let's look at things. And now we have this secondary army here. I'll let my assassin keep standing here and researching. Nobody here. We have to move the enemy a bit out here. No scouts. Reset this for the beginning to get some funds. Things normal here. Shit, I need another tissue paper. Ah, typical. For a moment I thought things would go better after I got slightly colded over the weekend. Instead, after going to the doctor's office, it's now 10 times worse. There should be a better system than squeezing tons of terminally deceased people into a tiny room and let them wait. It's awesome for the virus, of course. So, these guys, of course, can. What? Anything else here? And of course, yeah, we have these guys. Let's take them off because, hey, Nagafusa, you can go down here because we need some more friends from below to get to the Nether Lake. This of course means Kenji, my friend, you can also walk out of here since there aren't any enemy troops on the way right now. Our forces are either too far away or will possibly reach too slow. Besides, a whole bunch of double attack Kappas are close in the range that could actually defeat a small raiding force. So if they bump into something, they may be even winning. This is not a scout. This is Sweet. What exactly was Sweet doing here? Oh, of course. He was shuttling units for me. So, this is why I like having Eri, because I can have up to 4 squads. And that's, in my book, a little bit better than having to shuffle around shit between multiple commanders. I mean, it's still necessary to have them in case something goes wrong, but I just don't like it, splitting my units too much. Do I have? Nope, that's the force for my capital, so it's a bit low and shit. Okay, you can be put into this. And still I have this complete unit here. Pissas, do you have leadership? Yeah, but no moral bonus. And my still has a line free. Let's put all the Amazons into one squad. So now I have some small army ready. Let's give some scripting. So you guys go back here. Oh yes, of course I have the one with maybe I should do him make him a blesser. First off, of course, he gets to be here. And this, hold, and then fire off whatever is closest. Then after a couple shots, they will move in for the kill. Those here, why not? My baitman up here. And Amazons can do the same thing, really. I have to always take into account that there is a limited amount of ammunition. After 12 turns they will move into attack anyway, regardless of what I'm giving them for orders. Man, with so many sacred, this is more like a real army. Those are of course for messing up the backline and just to give them a small chance of getting them their land strike bonus. So the Kappas don't really need orders right now, but why not? And you go back here. Let's put one big block of infantry. Oh, then we have... Was I smart enough to give her Twilight powers? No, of course not. Uh, I guess I'm already running out of places for my script. Well, wait, what was the last script I even have? 5, 6, 7... Ah, yes, of course. I make this like the current super bastard shit script. Glamour. Twilight it up, my friends. And then let's blast off the illusory army. 1 time, 2 times. Give this little force a bit more beef to throw around. And then she can switch to blasting for the rest of the battle. Yeah, wow. I wanted this to be a raiding force, but it's nearly 100. Well, at least they possibly can even win if they reach into the other force, but they'll probably take a lot of losses. And some units are too slow, so I put them with the Dragon Mountains. Well, the force in Coneburg will then next turn either march to their doom in Dragon Mountains or start sieging, at which point I can destroy them. And whatever happens then afterward, the force... Wait. I do have multiple leaders here, right? So, okay, you can have orders right now, but you have nothing else. We don't need all those fuckers. Let's see. Perfect. But I also have nothing else because they're not the best at shit. And here, you can do commander shit. Hold on fire, closest enemy. And here, the same. Oh, he was already back there. And since he is one of the less useful ones, he is shitty as fuck. So let's put our bait archers a little bit forward. Now we have a very basic block. And I think I'll move this army up there to put a bit meat in my strike forces. This I can do because... Wait. Well, cheap as fuck, really. You know what? There's a good chance the enemy will move anyway, so we can retake Coburg already. And Masamune, my friend, you don't have to go back home. You can just continue fort construction. Yeah, that should be a better use of our time, especially since there still seems to not much here. Ah shit, the AI of course has dropped money again on that forest. I guess I have to wait now because our raiding forces are probably not enough to get to the 3 border provinces right now. It looks like Muspelheim has started moving. Arcus still is raiding and counter-raiding them. But of course, we'll have to get a move on before the vultures move in and snap things up. Yes, I can only hope that Muspelheim at least is aiming for the capital, because as ridiculous as it looks, I really don't need even more plains. I need forests. Well, not much to do for now, except of course more recruitment. That's a Banshee, and of course my Sacreds. That's all I need from here. Now I have a bit of money left over. Anything here of note? Nope, everything costs too much money. Now let's not waste our turns. Let's get on We have another scout here. Anything I can do here? No, my wages are all too expensive. Oh, fieldwork druids, of course. They're not worth much, but they're good researchers. I'll have you recruiting all 3 fortresses again. Oh yeah, you can go back now. Yeah. Maybe some backup units for my little fort protector. Oh, whoops. Yeah, there is not much. Oh, good, you can have Fearbox then. Yeah. Yeah, good enough. Just good for standing around after all. Let's see. The situation is still fluid. Let's see what happens next turn then. Okay, we are back, and there's a lot of things going on this time. Tons of shit to see. Let's see. Before now striking again. No, still was. Mekone has now selected a new prophet. There was a battle in Melma. Oh, again a bit erratic movement. Then there was a battle between Arco and Muspelheim. Good for us, because it means they aren't attacking Mekone. Then Vanheim is probing a fairly strong throne, so let's take a look. Yeah, that's a solid block of bullshit. Shades. They're stealthy, so nice to have if you can smell them. They're ethereal. They're extremely hard to hit with non-magic weapons. They also have dark power, which means they get to be stronger in the darkness. They have spirit side, so all our elf bullshit doesn't work on them. And they have a spirit form. Which just means they can neither transformed against their will, but also not buffed through certain spells. They're just shades after all. They don't need supplies, and they are undead, so everything hunting undead hurts them. Also amphibian, because of course they don't need to breathe air. Their attack and defense skills are basically just average, like with magic resistance. And they have not many hit points and not much protection since they're just, well, shades. What they can do is, however, is paralyze someone, which is really nasty. Yeah, that's not nice. I don't know, shades would be immensely a problem already normally, since they're hard to hit if you don't have magic weapons. But them being paralyzed is, of course, a death sentence for normal armies. There are those creepy crawlies here, the shade beasts. They have a reanimating bite, so instead of paralyzing, this means if you die to them, you come back as a zombie. Very funny. Not much more to tell here, except they can slightly hit better. And have some more hit points and protection in the shades. They are also poor amphibians, since they still have bodies that they have to carry around underwater. And poor amphibian means they get really unkind penalties to fighting underwater. There's a whole bunch of them too. Then some irrelevant normal units, and this undead goddess here with a giant stack of death gems and the death mage magic to use them. In other words, I hope Valheim solves this problem for us, or whoever this is. Yeah, raise skeletons. I have the feeling that she will use our spells if things start. Oh, it's Muspelheim's problem? Wait, no. It's just interface weirdo. It was in the creepy mountains. Wait, oh god. I should read before I look. Okay, Cloudbreaker's Barrel. Sleepy Mountains was... yes, I didn't look closely enough. The scout he used was a vampire. Nasty buggers. Invulnerable, they will only very rarely take any damage. They can reform flesh, which is regenerating for undead. They can fly. Of all this nasty shit that makes them a pain to deal with, it's immortal, which means they will reform in their home province where they were recruited if they die. There are only very few things like the spell Soul Slay that will put them down for good. And since you need blood magic to get them, I'm really hoping Valheim got them via an event, not by making them. Otherwise, we may have a future problem here. And then, of course, our battles, Codeburg. We got it back. Then a battle in Andremark. Oh, I had apparently a sizable province defense there, and we put another small chunk out of the army. Still annoying. Then Lawborough, we took it back. Then population. More population is always good. God. I really wish this wasn't a multiplayer game, so I could do a break for a week or something. Oh well. Tough shit. Then next is Konburg, where we get more nature games. Then Renan. People left and more unrest. Of course. And Wonga. Troglodytes. And more growth and no tax. And Naiad Court has been traveling through the seas. Let's celebrate, thank you. The worldwide event, Heat +1. Oh yes. This summer is magical. Then Wonga. Troglodytes showed up and fucked us over. Of course, next to our capital, this stupid province, where troglodytes are fairly beefy, so now we have to wait a couple turns, since all my troops are now engaged in the south. Isn't this fun? Of course, I didn't take any blessers with me. Okay, my friend, since you are standing right behind them, now you have to do the blessing for me, thank you. Still not enough for everything. Man, I'm an idiot sometimes. And still haven't built my friend the... now I'm running behind 2 armies. Well, but soon I have 3 down here. Ah, yes, of course, the annoying hunt for the attacker. Of course, now I have to put those idiots safely away. Good that they're close enough to our fortress here. Well, this is getting ridiculous. I have no idea what the AI is doing except being annoying as fuck. Well, anyway, since we have now enough troops down in the south, you just try to bottle up this army here. Yeah, nothing really interesting happening here. You're just having now up soon 3 armies running around. A big army has to stay big to win without many losses. Not enough troops up here. And of course now I don't have an army leader up here either. And now I don't have enough. Okay, it's time for you, she champion, because we need shitheads here in my capital. At least my sacreds are almost impossible to hit. Which is good because those troglodytes are in extreme danger to everyone and can hit fairly well. And they have lots of hit points, but not that much protection. Another problem is they have trample. While it's not as deadly as it was in Dominions 5, this still means ranks don't mean anything to units with trample. They can't just walk through. It only works against smaller targets, and it works in Dominion 6. Basically, they move forward and shove the enemy aside and do damage. But since it's not a normal attack, they don't have to roll for hit. So it will work every time. They are, it's extreme danger if you don't kill them fast enough. They also have dark vision, of course. So our bullshit won't work as well on us. You have to rely on just having high defense. At least it's only 16, but again, since they have so much, well, I can show you. Yeah, those fuckers event spawned, crawling simply out of a hole, and then they are just hitting everything, instant death, with their big beefy claw hands. Ugly fuckers. Could make a horror movie out of them. And until I have enough units up there, it will stay there. Recruiting, yeah, no. More researchers are always good. Down here in the south, we need more money up in the capital. Oh, Scouty boy. You go down here. Man, I'm kind of lucky that Muspelheim and Arco are fighting each other so heavily while we are dealing with this out of control AI here. I could have done so much already if it weren't for the AI just evading my troops this much. So the ring around goes further. The funny thing is, a player could just do this indefinitely because a player understands that while you can't win without eventually taking a fortress from the enemy, the AI, how to say this? The AI, of course, let's deal back. Let's put my thoughts into order. So it's like this. The AI knows it can only win if it eventually cracks fortresses like those on my capital, for example. Otherwise, it's pointless. A player, however, could be fucking annoying as fuck and just move this army blocks back and forth indefinitely, trying to avoid my stack. Let's hope that this isn't the case here. So, minor defense. Yes. Kronburg was retaken. Also, let's not be too hasty here. My poor capital. Next turn we have an actual leader here, and then I have to see if I'm just not using my title of music here to spam a shitload of illusory armies at those fuckers. On the other hand, taking some beefy hits would be kind of risky, so maybe it's time for Blue Jean, or however you pronounce this shit. She can do the same thing. Yeah, okay. Next turn I throw my little stack of city defense here together with a big fat mage at those event fuckers and try to illusion them to death. Then our main army is still running around down here trying to find out what the fuck this AI is doing here. And we're doing the same thing down below here. Well, since my secondary force has been larger than anticipated, I guess I'll just start sieging that forest then and send the small army here along. Eventually the AI will have to do something about my big stack sitting on that forest. So if the army never moves, it's all good. Oh well, a lot of running around this turn. At least our belief in the sweet lady German holograms is growing. But it's also fucking annoying that I have to waste time now running behind AI armies. Well, two armies are busy running behind. The third army then can start attacking again. And it's not like there's a lot left over. So I have no idea what the AI is doing here. Probably summoning bullshit. Why are there mages running around? Anyway, it annoys me a bit, but we are still fighting Mekone. This time it's twice as annoying because there's just some dumb zeros and ones behind and not human thought. So let's continue being annoyed next turn. Diploidi out.